Okay. There we go. All right. I am live. Let me just tweet out that information. Stream connection sucks. Trying something new. Okay. All right. So we are. All right, we're back. Where's that at? Where's that at? Okay. Paste that there. And okay, jumping over, jumping. Where's that at? If I could fucking. Okay, cool beans. Cool beans. Here we go. All right, we're back. Yeah. Well, no, Tony Dubs. I wasn't in OBS. I was using my phone. And then the connection started sucking. So I just said, screw it. We'll just jump over to this, and then that works. So yeah, we'll kick this off like an hour or something like that. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to work on. That's why my last stream was like making fun of fucking Windows 10 because I can't get the webcam to work. I even tried. It will not work. Turn on right now. It's on. The light's on. I see that? Like that's how bad it is. That's how retarded this shit is right now. So I can't even use it. That's how bad it is. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. The state of comics is pretty screwed. Jeff Johns is moving to TV. No, man. Crying EQ. I've got Comcast. It's sluggish. It's not just a little sluggish. It's super sluggish. What's my opinion on Kekistani rights? The Kekistani people have been far oppressed. It's time they get their own freedom. Yeah, 1.5 frames a second. Yeah, Windows 10 did number. And I have two cams. I have two cameras, and they're both like that. So it's clearly the system. And that's one of the reasons why I did a full fresh reinstall. And I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, go back to Windows 7 perhaps, but everything wants to do that. James Kelly asks, Matt, are you my dad? No. I don't know the bad connection. I did a speed test and I was getting 11 megabytes a second upload and 176 megabytes a second download. So I don't know. I need to get I was looking at some other cameras today. I was looking at like Microsoft cameras, like the Microsoft Live Cam or whatever, but you can't even buy that in stores. Like you've got to special order that shit. And I'm just like, I don't fucking have the cash for that right now. So I'm going to hold off. How mad am I that Fury is a woman? Like Nick Fury is a woman? Ping test is discontinued. I already talked about that. What are my thoughts on the nationwide violent Antifa riots on May Day? When aren't Antifa riots violent? So the same thoughts pretty much apply to that. It's stupid. Fucking stupid people. What if YouTube is slowing down your service to provide better connection from more popular creators? I'm getting slowed down by an algorithm. I don't think that's the case, John Smith, but I mean, who knows? Anything can happen. Yeah, Antifa needs free helicopter rides. Exactly. Yeah, Squall Shade, people are taking the Colbert thing out of context a bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a brutal joke. But it was a joke. And the people that are like all butthurt over it are just butthurt to be butthurt. Stubbe, how do you not run your cams in compatibility mode? I don't know. What if YouTube is an inside job and they usually get more money? It's entirely possible. So Antifa outside my Marduk. I don't know. A black metal band was made a song about American soldiers. Oh, they're getting called Nazis. Yeah. Oh, Darksiders 3 Fury. Oh, yeah, Horror Punks. I don't give a shit about any of that, to be honest with you. Thoughts on Zoe Quinn's book? It's probably gonna sell well to her audience, maybe for like a week, and that's about it. I'm sure people are going to what's the word here? They're probably gonna like pirate it and read it. As for the Pro Gamergate books, Milo is supposedly writing a book, and I think Brad Glasgow is writing a book, and even Ethan Ralph has says he might write a book. I don't know. People asked me once, "Are you gonna write a book?" And I'm all like, "No. Why would I write a book?" Like, what would I even say? Like, my perspective of everything that went down, I'd have to go back and look through everything. Like, I need to hire like researchers to help me go back through and like pinpoint events. I don't think you guys want my Gamergate book. No, so I don't know if I'm running them in compatibility mode. I don't even know what that is. Thoughts on Kent Masad the Assad? I don't know, Jay. Yeah, food poisoning sucks ass. Just call it, turn off that pesky ad block. Actually, I should write a book about my wild times in Las Vegas. Like what, the 4 times I've been to Las Vegas. I mean, I was in Vegas last summer, and then I was in Vegas 4 years before that, and then like 9 years before that, and then I don't go to Vegas very often. I don't have much of a reason to. Bryce and Matt do America. Oh, what do I think of the Disney releasing the live action movies like Lions King? I will say that I enjoyed the hell out of Cinderella. I also found myself enjoying the hell out of Beauty and the Beast, even though I'd already seen the thing. They didn't really do anything different. Lion King, I don't know. I haven't seen Jungle Book, but I felt like Maleficent was shit. So if it's a straight adaptation, then it's like, all right, it's a straight adaptation. But Guy Ritchie is doing Aladdin, so that is going to be fucking weird, right? Like imagine like Aladdin and like the shaky cam running through the streets with Abu like totally CG and everything else. It's just I don't know if it's going to look right. I don't know. Well, there are lots of reasons to go to Las Vegas, sure, but I don't really gamble. I don't drink a lot. Strippers I definitely enjoy, and thugs I tend to avoid. So, yeah, Disney's playing it safe, and you know what? It's fucking working. Okay, checking Twitter. Oh, well, Jeff Johns is yeah, well, he's the DC Comics Entertainment, so he's going to be working on everything from movies to TV and stuff, which does make sense. So there is that. So I'll have to check that out and everything. But I think it's going to be. I think everything is going to be cool. I haven't seen Kite Tail's breakdown of the movie. It's not really. I don't really know how you can break it down. It's the same movie, maybe a couple extra things, and even the whole exclusively gay moment wasn't even with LeFou, like Bill Condon said. The exclusively gay moment was actually with a thug of Gaston's, and it wasn't even gay. It was more like a cross-dresser moment that was meant to hint at that far greater than anything else. I don't think I said that Twitter should crash and burn with a goddamn Hindenburg. So, but Twitter is on its way to crashing and burning if it doesn't figure itself out. What movies am I going to see in May? Rabbit Chew. I'm going on Thursday to do the Guardians of the Galaxy double feature. I'm also going to check out King Arthur because I'm a big Guy Ritchie fan, as well as what's his name, Charlie Hunnam, and I like the Legend of King Arthur quite a bit. And this is meant to set up like a King Arthur cinematic universe thing, so I'm curious how that's going to play. And then also Baywatch looks pretty dope. Baywatch is going to be pretty goddamn funny. I do need to do a video about movies coming out this month. I haven't done that yet. I've just kind of been lazy. You want a Tenacious D album? Damn straight. So I know Kano Doom. I don't think I said it like that. I think you're putting words in my mouth. Oh yeah, right. The Fifth Element is going to be the Fifth Element's going to be coming back on the 14th and the 17th for one night or 2 nights really, in order to it's the 20th anniversary, and they're going to be using it as a cross promotion for Valerian, and I've got to go to that. Even if I have to go by myself, I have to go. It's not July 11th, Yasha. It's like May 14th and 17th, unless they've changed it. So you know, you've got you got that, and then there's the Logan. Logan's coming, the black and white version. I mean, I want to go to that. I want to go to that. But if I miss it, it's not the end of the world because I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. Um, so should Bill Nye be chosen the new leader of the new Nazi party? No. Oh, Blade Runner, yeah, Matthew Hill, that comes out, but that doesn't come out until like the end of the year. So make the skull move. I can't. The worst movie for the year is the Emoji Movie. Who knows? It could actually be good. It could. It could. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying that it could. Tumblr needs to end. Tumblr might. It might. I would love a new Tenacious D movie. I would love that. So Stormfront is the new Bill Nye fan site. Oh God. Sheeple is now a word in the dictionary. References Apple users. That would make sense. That's definitely something that could make sense. I'm still gonna make the Tetris movie. If I remember correctly, it's a Tetris trilogy. And last I heard, it's still going forward. I just don't know any updates on it. Crying, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, or Psy, I don't know how to pronounce your fucking name, dude. The Emoji Movie could be good. It just depends on how they do it. It's kind of like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I thought looked like ass. And then I've seen that movie now like at least 30 times. I fucking love it. How do you make a movie about Tetris? I don't know, Toothless. They're planning on doing it as a trilogy. The upcoming He-Man movie lost a director, so I don't know what's going on with that now. Did I hear they're making another Jurassic World? Oh yeah, the last one made like $1.5 billion, so clearly they're going to be making a new one. And then also, Jeff Goldblum's back as Dr. Ian Malcolm. So the Minecraft movie's coming too. Need more Mad Max, damn straight. Tetris gonna have Adam Sandler in it. You know what? That could only make it better. I should do a collab with Sargon. Hit Sargon up if you want it. I'm down. He knows me. FNAF movie switch studios. Oh, so it left Warner Brothers. Okay. Hopefully the Metal Gear Solid movie will be pretty good. The guy who directed Kong Skull Island is doing it. I haven't seen the Conan snippet yet. Godless Monk. When will the next Jaws movie happen? I don't know. Give it 5 years. You know what? Goldblum getting more work is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. There's a oh yeah, no, the I Am Heath Ledger movie is a documentary about his life. So that's what that is. It's a documentary about his life. Pacific Rim 2. I'm looking forward to that one. Outlast. I did see Ghost in the Shell. I actually liked it, but I understand why people didn't. Oh, FNAF went to Blumhouse Productions. Okay, that's actually a pretty good idea. I think they'll be able to handle it better. So will will the new Jaws movie follow the plot of Single White Female? I would be down for that. Who was the biggest celebrity I've ever met? Who was the biggest one I've ever met? I haven't met a lot of big ones. Probably Ron Perlman, if that's like, I mean, met would probably be like Ron Perlman. So talk about Star Wars. I could always talk about Star Wars, Ricky. 9/11 was an inside job by Bill Nye. Yes, clearly memes can't melt steel beams. You met Kevin Smith once? That's awesome. Kevin Smith is pretty cool. I've met him once too, like at at Comic-Con. Hey, what's going on? Shikibara, how are you, man? Thoughts on Appabend? I know of that person. I just don't know much about that person. 7-Eleven was a part-time job. Jesus, Jay, are you my uncle? Because actually his name is Jay too, which is kind of funny. Here's something funny, right? So like my mom has been out of work for a little bit and I've been trying to like help her find work and she's having trouble. And so this temp job that I did back in 2015 was looking for more people. And so I sent her off the email. She had trouble getting through to the lady. I contacted the temp worker, whatever, the recruiter, and then like submitted my mom's information. And then I get a text from my mom like 5 minutes later saying, "Okay, I talked to her. Your uncle and I are starting work there tomorrow," which is cool because they need work. So I feel really good about that. Um, my mom had a bit of a rough year, so I'm glad to see that she's come back around. So we took her on the cruise to Alaska last summer, and that was pretty fun. Did I give the middle finger when something went wrong at the temp job? No, because they would have fired me if I did. Is Bill Nye pulling a Jared from Subway? No. Apparently Rey is a Kenobi and Finn is a Windu. Okay, first up, no, Finn would not be a Windu. Finn would not be a Windu. Because okay, look, Mace Windu was kind of like he's a Jedi Master, but he's also supposed to be like a monk. If I recall correctly, they know fucky, right? So like no kids. That is unless someone went in there and like, force choked his dick until he came and then collected it and then used a turkey baster to artificially inseminate themselves. Although I figure it's the future, there would have probably been some robots that could have done that a lot easier. So thank you very much, Scott. Alex Perspective, love you too. Thank you. And Rey being a Kenobi again also makes no sense. So what options are there for those who don't go to college? Go to a trade school, get skilled in a trade. Work, I mean, it can get you further than not. I mean, going to school, getting that piece of paper. Sorry guys. Getting that piece of paper essentially just means, it works for you pay for that piece of paper and that piece of paper will help you, get work and shit. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you've learned it. Whereas getting, a trade school or something might actually benefit you. And then at the same time, if you start a job, let's say, and you learn a skill within that job, and then you get to a point of where you want to advance, that could be a problem because if you don't have that degree, like that piece of paper, then it doesn't unlock that door. So you kind of screw yourself. So Yoda or Bill Nye, clearly Yoda. Bill Nye the Nambla guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What did I do before YouTube? Let's see. I managed movie theaters. Is what I did. When was the first time I got laid? Long time ago. Am I the only one who got a heavy Halo Reach vibe from Rogue One? No, Horror Punks, you didn't. And that might be another reason why I loved it, because I really like that kind of shit. Jar Jar Binks solo movie. Shit, a Jar Jar Binks solo movie will happen before a solo Black Widow movie. So Nate Sybil, and yeah, in certain fields, a portfolio means more than a degree. In certain fields, but not every field. If you're creative, then your portfolio means more. But if you're like, like let's say, like an engineer or something, you're like a degree helps. So the first lady is hot. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. Jar Jar secretly a Sith Lord. I've heard that rumor, and that's one I actually support. You know what? You're right. People don't check degrees. They look at resumes. They don't really follow up on it. Yeah, very much so. What's my thoughts on the institution of marriage? Not a big fan. Yeah, if you are creative, you still have to prove you can finish a project. You're right, Porcelain. You're right. Maybe Finn is Lando's son. That does feel more accurate. But then again, Lando is not in episode 8. Not even at Han's funeral will have fucking Lando Calrissian. That is sad. Hillary Clinton is Bay. Shut up. Shut up, Joel. Shut up. Ricky, hit me up on go to mundanematt.com/submit. Send me a link. So the new Star Wars is any Christian propaganda. I don't know if I go that far, J Mills. What do I think about Wendy anime memes? Marriage should be illegal. Mr. Will 5510 says Mundane Matt confirmed MGTOW. No, I'm not confirmed MGTOW. I see nothing wrong with cohabitation, nothing wrong with sharing a life with somebody. My personal view on marriage is just don't do it. Like, seriously. I mean, it's good for taxes. It is, but prenup that shit. The red pill's available on YouTube. I know it's coming to Hulu pretty soon. So how long am I staying on tonight? Maybe like another 30-40 minutes, not too long. I got to be up early because I got a fucking I have delivery guys coming to drop off my fridge, and they're supposed to be here like at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, that's too fucking early. And then I gotta do the videos, then go over to my dad's house because it's my brother's birthday today and my sister's birthday tomorrow. So they're doing like cake and ice cream and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Have I seen the Emperor comparison memes of Hillary? I have not, but that sounds pretty funny. Mundane MGTOW. Yeah, that should be that'll be my next channel. Just like Mundane MGTOW. Let me tell you why ladies and their vaginas need to be stuffed full of fucking cotton. Because women suck. Yeah, it's all about the MGTOW. My name is Mundane MGTOW. I masturbate in a cup and drink that shit with my morning breakfast. Waste not, want not. MGTOW out. Pitch Black is the most underrated sci-fi movie. I wouldn't say the most underrated, but it's definitely underrated. See you later, Godless Monk. Have a good one, man. Can you still have a social life when you're a YouTuber? No. Not in the way that you want. Not in the way that you want. Now, if you live by other YouTubers, then you have a social life with them because you're always kind of working towards something. I haven't seen The Void yet, no. Am I ever going to team up with Adam Savage? Probably not. Thoughts on Raging Golden Eagle? I have nothing against him. So MGTOW Matt. Aquaman, most useless superhero. I agree. Although I do want to see the movie. They start shooting it here pretty soon. Comes out next year. I want to see it. Do I know no, I don't know Mike Jedi name. Yeah, I did hear about people prank calling the illegal alien hotline with UFO calls. It's pretty fucking funny. Mr. Wiseass, it would basically be that, where he was all like, hey, yeah, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane MGTOW, and today we're going to talk about how useless women are. What was that one with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Jude Law? You're thinking of Existenz. That's a David Lynch movie too. That's also highly underrated. It came out the same year as The Matrix, but they just dumped it onto home video, so not a lot of people saw it. It's kind of like Equilibrium, same thing. Prometheus is the best sci-fi movie ever. Shut the fuck up, James Kelly. Shut the fuck up. Shut it. Nicole Arbor or Matthew Santoro? No. For me, it'd be Nicole Arbor. She has me blocked on Twitter, but I still prefer her content than Matthew Santoro. Shit like this is why I don't kill myself. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you don't kill yourself. Thoughts on including kids in YouTube videos / vlogs, not abusing them. The thing is, Shikibar, that's a tough conversation to have. It depends on the context. I mean, clearly not abusing them, but like prank videos and shit, siblings. If the siblings are doing it to each other, then it's kind of a different concept. The thing with Daddy05 is that they took that shit too far. And they took it out there because they needed to constantly one-up themselves as a way to make money. And that's why they are in the situation that they are. And I feel no sympathy for them. I don't feel sympathy for them at all. If I had a kid, I wouldn't put them in YouTube videos at all. I'd keep them away from that life until they got old enough to where they could make the decision whether or not they wanted to do it. And if they wanted to do it, then I would say, okay, cool. this is something you want to do, this is a creative outlet for you, fantastic, because that's something I enjoy. But there are certain things you have to adhere to. Like, for one, no personal information. I can go out there, monitor that kind of shit, and everything else. Oh God, Jack, Polly the Polar Bear standalone movie. Oh, the Mundane Mad Cinematic Universe, Bryce. Okay, Jack, I have to ask you, how long have you been watching the channel, bro? Because you're bringing up Polly the Polar Bear, and that's like some old school shit. That's like 2013 dollar store puppet shit. That's what I found. I literally found that in the dollar store puppet. And then one of my cats grabbed it and like tore it up and everything. So, and then I went back to the Dollar Tree and they were out. I couldn't buy another one. So, Diet Coke or bleach? Clearly the answer is bleach. Need to get Mundane Mad on a Medicare stream? Yeah, I would talk to Jim. I would gladly talk to Jim. So, if you're sending a link, that's kind of odd, Ricky. It should allow you. Nicole Arbor blocked me because she was talking about in a video. She had said, "Oh, hey, leave your thoughts below in the comments," and then she disabled comments. And I kindly, and I just want to stress kindly, pointed that out to her on Twitter, and she was like, "I'm having none of that," and blocked me. Still prefer her content to Matthew Santoro. Yeah, the Bad Cop 69. Whatever happened to that dude? I used to watch him quite a bit back in 20 whatever, man, 2013. Early days of my channel. I was watching Bad Cop. And then he ended up just kind of fucking off. So I think it was because he wasn't making enough money. And I understand that. Like, when you put a lot of work into videos, even if you're just talking, it can feel like if you're not getting a return on investment, I can understand that entirely. Oh, okay. Wow, Jack, you've been watching, 2015 right after Sub to Rich. Nice, man. Thank you very much. Oh, he's come back. Bad Cop 69's come back to do more vids. Good. So that's good. Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts? Dunkin' Donuts, because I'm a fat ass, but I just happen to like donuts. Well, are you going to ask or submit? There's a difference thing there. You should be able to do. I'm putting it in the chat. Hold on. You should be able to do that one there. No, Billy Mays died today. No, Billy Mays died a while ago. If you ever wanted to do a debate collab with me, it depends on what we're debating. So I don't know. Starbucks or Windex? Windex fucking makes everything better, man. Who wants Krispy Kreme? I don't know. I want to save the universe, and apparently, or I want to save the planet, and saving the planet requires Krispy Kreme. Do I think cancel or fire Colbert? If I could talk. Night Chaos, thanks for coming in, dude. Do I think that Fire Colbert could be Cancel Colbert Part 2? No, I don't think so. The thing is, though, is like Comedy Central versus CBS, two different beasts. The same technical kind of company. I mean, they're owned by the same parent company. So who knows? But the thing is, Colbert brings in some good ratings right now, so he's going to be fine. But he's going to make fun of that shit. But that joke was brutal. Like, the way he said it, there was some punch behind that joke, and I just crippled over laughing when I heard that. So, Brandon, thank you very much. I love you too. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Luther Burger or Garbage Plate? I don't know what you're fucking talking about. Have I read Ready Player One? Yeah, Blood Man. I read Ready Player One. Really, really, really liked the book. Hated the fact that the audiobook was read by Will Wheaton, but I liked the book. I had some issues with the general story, kind of like the whole issue with like getting the extra life. I mean, I understand it, but I feel like that wasn't talked about as being something that other people had found. Like that particular little thing that should have been like a nugget of information, like early on in the book, that like other Gunters had come across it. Maybe not even Gunters, but like other people had come across that. So, but ultimately, I thought Ernie Klein did a good job. If you read Armada, right, and if you guys read Armada, it takes place in Beaverton, Oregon, is where they mentioned Malibu Grand Prix. I used to go to Malibu Grand Prix back in the 80s and 90s when I was a kid. So, and I was living in Beaverton. That's where I just moved out of. I grew up in Beaverton too, Beaverton and Tigard right there outside of Portland. So when I'm listening to Armada and it's like, oh yeah, I went to Malibu Grand Prix, I'm like, you shut the fuck up. He did his fucking research and shit. So yeah, it takes place in my hometown. Is Phil Fish still crazy? Yes. Yes. Phil Fish is very crazy. A Luther burger is a bacon cheeseburger with grilled Krispy Kreme donuts as its buns. Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm trying to lose weight, not die from fucking cardiac arrest. Is Will Wheaton even worth meeting? You know, Tony, I met Will Wheaton back in 2000 and 2001 at Comic-Con, and he was a really nice dude. And I'm sure talking to him would be really nice to you, but he's gone so far off the social justice warrior, regressive leftist, male feminist bullshit mindset that I don't even know anymore. Like when he had his show a couple years ago on Sci-Fi, the Will Wheaton Project, I watched it and it was actually pretty funny. And then Sci-Fi canceled it, which I don't understand because the show was cheap as shit to make. It was like a version of The Soup, but for nerds. How expensive is that kind of show? You have to be really, really, really like low ratings for Sci-Fi to kill something that's literally shot in someone's garage once a week. So, you know, that was sad, but I enjoyed the show. Have I gone to Five Guys before? Yeah, I went to Five Guys right after Zoe Quinn DMCA'd my video. It was more of a silent protest. Didn't last long because I ate the fuck out of that burger. It was good. So, would I rather shoot heroin straight into the nutsack or lick Shia LaBeouf's taint? Well, clearly heroin. Is Macintosh still a wet fart? Yep. So, who was the last YouTuber I met face to face? Amazing Atheist was the last one I met face to face. Why do I support Hillary? I don't support Hillary. Shot of tequila or shot in the sphincter. Tequila, clearly. Sci-fi has to make more shit movies. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Sci-fi loves to make shit movies because like they make money on them. Yeah, Phil Mango. I've seen Leon. I've seen the like the extended cut too. That movie is fucking great, man. That movie is so goddamn good. I don't know what happened to Luc Besson. Like his like I mean like I love his work, but like I thought Lucy was kind of shit, which makes me really kind of for Valerian, but I'm hoping that it's good. Um there's no Blu-ray version of Repo Man? Really? You figure there would be. We're talking Repo Man, the genetic opera, right? Let's see. Repo Man, the genetic opera. Well, hold on here. Because if you're talking about Repo Man, the genetic opera, that's right there. Unless you're talking about Repo Men. Where did I learn to say Boise correct? I grew up in Oregon, Stone Bleeds. I grew up in Oregon. Boise is a few hours east of here. So, or well, where I grew up, and I've been there a couple times. So, no, Mundane Mass supports Bernie. No, I understand economics well enough, and you know that like Bernie's ideas were just ideas. It's like Trump's ideas were just ideas. Getting Congress to pass them requires, you know, a checks and balances system. It's not a fucking dictatorship. So, you know, I do honestly believe that we'd be living in a much different world if Bernie hadn't been fucked over by the DNC. He would have won, hands down. Hands down, he would have won. And that sucks. Oh, are you talking? Oh, you're talking Repo. Are you talking Repo Man? Because there's Repo Man, right? Okay, hold on. Hold on, is this the one? Oh yeah, okay, hold on. There you go. That's the Repo Man. Hillary lost due to misogyny. I actually have a video that I recorded about Hillary Clinton blaming everybody else but herself for losing the election. And I put that one on hold for tomorrow because I did the one about Fire Colbert. So that's coming. Well, the thing is, Bernie got fucked over. Bernie got fucked over. What do you mean? There's no NTSC version? Oh, okay. Well, it says that it's region B2 and it will not play. Oh, that is ridiculous. What the fuck, man? Now check torrent sites then. It's really dumb when they hide you from getting movies like that. Like, people wants to buy the movies. People want to buy this shit. So it's really, really dumb that I'm not able to buy shit I want to buy, which I think you guys can all agree. Especially movies. Yeah, I would check torrent sites, man. Have I ever thought about doing movie reviews of my favorites? Yeah, I've thought about that. What I need to do is I need to like figure out how I want to review movies. Or what I could do, and I know Jack Barnhart likes this, and some other people do as well. It's just the stream of consciousness. Like, that is what I think. It's just like why I like this movie. I could go on for probably a solid 50 minutes or so about like what I love about Indiana Jones, any of them, even Crystal Skull. Do I play Elder Scrolls? Yeah, I haven't played Elder Scrolls Online, so so there's that. Yeah, no, Jay Mills, you're not wrong. He says here he thinks all of the candidates are shit, and he's not wrong. A lot of them are shit. A lot of them are absolutely shit. We go to Ethiopia for that's seriously that cracked me up. Like, that just cracked me up. That's why I wanted to talk about that. I just thought that was so fucking funny. That made my day. Wait, you can't really comment on YouTube videos anymore due to content aware? What are you talking about? If I thought about doing synced up movie commentaries, I have, Phil Farkley. In fact, actually, the guy that inspired me to start this channel, Bloodman. Yes, actually, I would like to do that. I do want to get the Player Unknown Battlegrounds. I need to download that and play it. But okay, so the guy, my friend Anthony, the guy that I was going to start a YouTube channel with in 2011 before I started this one, we had talked about doing movie commentary tracks, right? Like, where we just talk about a movie or something. We tried it once with The Love Guru, that Mike Myers movie. Like, we sat down, we watched it and everything else, but we had watched it for the first time. And I don't know if that was the best course of action. Like, that's the whole thing. I don't know if doing a commentary track on a movie you're watching the first time is the right course of action, because it feels like you're kind of just doing like you're reacting to something. Like, oh, that was pretty funny. I don't know the context of any of this yet. Whereas, doing a commentary for something I've seen multiple times would probably be better. And that's something that I might do, where, like, I look at like a movie, like, let's say, for example, John Wick, just the top of my head, John Wick, awesome movie. Looking for any excuse to watch it again. I could talk about that, and then also have like a list of like trivia or like, like certain things in the movie that have happened, and then talk about that while doing it. Like, that could be something. I don't know if there's money in it necessarily, but it's something I've considered, and then also doing with other people. What it boils down to, though, is like, I know Comic Book Girl 19 did this, where she had it on Vimeo, and they would like do they would use screenshots, and everything, and then that would be like what they were doing. So it's one of those fucking things, man. I got no fucking idea, so the thing is, I can't do Red Letter Media anymore. I just can't. They're so fucking pessimistic. They're so cynical and bitter. They're bitter. Like, I don't want to watch bitter people talk about movies. Movies are like the one thing I love the most in this world, like, more than video games. So why the fuck would I want to sit there and watch people like just shit on something? It makes no sense to me. It's like, why waste your time watching people get mad about shit? Now, granted, I've been mad making videos before, but like when it comes to and there's nothing wrong with being mad, but it's like if that's all you do and it's not hard to tell when that is the angle someone likes to take. So it's just I don't watch them. Yeah, I just don't watch RLM anymore. And I would tell them too if I ever met him, I'd be like, I unsubscribed to you guys a long time ago because of that shit. But you know what? They do well on their own, so they don't need me. That's fine. Mundane matricide. Oh yeah, I'm bringing the abortions. So, um, I what are the requirements for player battleground or player unknown battlegrounds? Um, are there any inactive movie franchise you hope don't get rebooted? Yeah, like American Ninja would be one I don't want to see rebooted unless they brought back Michael Dudikoff, and then I would definitely check that out. Dragonheart doesn't need to be rebooted, although I'm pretty sure they would. Trying to think of other shit. I would have argued that the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers film series doesn't need to be rebooted, but I actually really liked the new movie, so go figure on that. And I want to see more, so I don't know. There's always stuff. RoboCop. No, here's the thing. RoboCop, the new movie, I really, really liked the new RoboCop movie. It was better than it had any fucking reason to be. I really liked it, and I was hoping for more. And I understand. I understand that why they didn't. So Three Ninjas does not need a reboot. However, I will watch Three Ninjas any day, anytime until the end of time. I fucking love that movie. Thoughts on the nostalgia critic? Doug Walker is an interesting character. Um, I part of me thinks he is. This is going to sound horrible because I don't want to say this about any creator, but part of me thinks that Doug Walker has outlived his usefulness, or outlived his not usefulness, but outlived his shtick. You know what I mean? And it's like, but he has his fan base, he has his people, and I wish him the best of luck and everything else. But like, as creators, you can see like when he's not happy with something, he's probably too afraid based on what happened with branching away from the nostalgia critic. He's probably too afraid to ever leave that again and probably does feel typecast. And I understand that. I feel that way about myself sometimes. Like I feel that way about this channel. Like I'm typecast into certain things, to talking about certain things. And maybe I am. Maybe my attempt to branch out with the Mundane Match Show didn't go as planned, but then again, I didn't execute it as well as I probably should have. I tried doing an entire format change during an adpocalypse when I just moved, and like other shit's going on as well, and it just was way too stressful. I talked to a friend of mine today. We're talking about this, and she's like, this is the first time I've talked to you like in a week. She's like, so I can tell that everything is just kicking your ass because you're just like running yourself into the ground with all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of am, it sucks, but that's just being a creator in this particular marketplace requires you to always kind of grow. But some people don't like that. So you can't, doing blanket changes overnight probably will run people the wrong way. But I don't know. I'm hoping to find a solid middle ground. You know what I mean? I was hoping to do all that, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to happen. I think I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and everything else. And I love what I do. To me, it's not work, it's a career. It takes a lot of energy, but it's like if I can find a solid middle ground, then I'll be happy. And the fact that I get to work from home, the fact that there's no construction, just a random gunshot from my neighbor, the fact that like I was outside earlier tonight and like it was raining, but it wasn't cold and it was really peaceful. And I just wanted to sit down and like just, search for Slender Grill for a while. I thought about doing a stream outside tonight because it wasn't so bad, but it was also raining and you could hear it really, really loud on the awning. So I opted out of that one. Like there's always things that need to be done in terms of content changes. People always evolve. The key is just doing it in a way that's not alienating. And I think I might have come across a bit alienating, and that's my bad. I'm more or less like I was just frustrated at like a lot of shit going on, and I wanted to control something. And I think this channel was kind of how I was choosing to control it, but I didn't properly think it through. And honestly, when I made the decision to go back to just doing the videos as usual, I felt a lot better about it. to be honest. And it wasn't like I'm running home, I'm running to the familiar. I just felt like I was able to get more done. Like yesterday I was having issues with trying to just export videos. Like it took me an hour to export yesterday's Mundane Match show. And this is audio and shit. Like it shouldn't take more than like 5-10 minutes on my machine. It took over an hour. And I'm like, fuck this. So it's kind of sucks. You think that you feel like the Nostalgia Critic is a new AVGN living out? Maybe. Thoughts on the Angry Video Game Nerd Cinemassacre? James Rolfe is nice. Well, I don't know. I met him briefly back in October, and I said, "Hey, I'm sorry you went through all that shit with Ghostbusters," and he just kind of gave me this. The fuck is that? Oh, I think my girlfriend turned on the heater. Reboot or sequel, The Arrival. Are you talking about like the Charlie Sheen movies? So let's see. Press 1 if you buy. Yeah, I would buy. I would buy that. So thoughts on Nostalgia Chick? Lindsay's all right. I think the best thing she's ever done is just get like fucking hot dogs thrown in her face though. So I want to roll out my new cooking channel, Mundane Diet. I don't know. I'll tell you this though. No, it's not the cops. And Stefan, I live in a state where weed is legal. So there's that. The reboot and keep Charlie Sheen. Yeah, that'd be. I would totally watch a reboot of the. Oh God. I'd watch a reboot of that shit with Charlie Sheen. Let's see. Okay, Jack says, what I think is very unique, not too structured. That and you in front of a green screen with images of or the trailer would be a-okay. Rendering would be a pain. I'm in a space right now where I probably could throw up a green screen and then shoot on that, and that could probably be done. I haven't put any artwork up yet, so I could probably look into that. It would just require to get the proper lighting. So I have like 2 lighting kits here. My girlfriend bought. So I got like 6 lights. I could probably do it. But the rendering would be a bitch and a fucking half. It would just be a pain in the ass. And the downside too is because of the content I put out per day, like how much content, that kind of rendering time just cuts into the fucking day. It's like when I was doing the Talking Skull, it would take me 45 minutes to render like a 10-minute video. So if I have like 3 10-minute videos and it's a Talking Skull is, takes fucking, and shit, like near 2 hours to render. It's like that just ate up a lot of my day. And I can't use a computer for anything else during that time period. So it got to be a bit too much. So that's kind of the issue. But so here's something though, is I was talking with some other people about Patreon, about how to like spruce up Patreon and everything else. And they recommended offering stickers to people who are patrons, and then just, sending them stickers and shit. So I'm currently looking into sticker production for the logo. And then I'll probably make maybe a couple memes, like maybe a Slender Grill meme, and turn that into something, or, turn off that pesky ad block, could be a sticker, and then go from there. So I think that could be kind of funny. That could be a little good thing to put out there and shit. I am talking again with, I'm waiting for my designer to get back to me, and then we're going to go from there. So get a Mundane matte body pillow. You know what? I would do that. Okay. Rabbit Chew Slender Grill is, I was, smoking something that was legal on a stream, 2 weeks ago. And I was outside and there was a grill to my right. And I kept looking over and it kept freaking me out. So the meme is Slender Grill. No, there will probably be turn off the pesky ad block t-shirts, Mr. Wiseass. So there probably would be that. You want to get a turn off the pesky ad block sticker for your car? That'd be cool. I would probably shit myself though if I was driving around and someone had that on their car. I'd be like, oh my God. I would probably wait for them to come out or follow them. Just to show up and be like, "What are you doing? Follow me, motherfucker!" Like, whoa, 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 whoa! I'm just here to say I really like the sticker on your car, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, Mundane Matt, have my babies." So what's AVE or abs rulers? I don't know what that is. You would buy a life size version of the mat body pillow form? We could probably do it. Stop smoking meth cocaine. It wasn't meth cocaine. Chibi skull logo iron on. I don't know where you could get those things manufactured, but that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, I would turn off that pesky ad block. Is the old skull still hanging around? Are you talking about the pillow or what? So because the pillow's is in my bedroom right now. It's a good pillow. It's probably one of my favorite items. Lee 5 up 6. Lie 5 up 6. I don't know. Monday skull bobblehead. Hell yeah, man. That'd be fucking dope. So, the old skull. I don't know where that's at. Like, I mean, the imagery's around. All right, fine. I'll check my mail real quick. I had a couple months. Oh wow, that's gotta be Photoshop, man. That's gotta be Photoshopped. Like that's gotta be Photoshopped. So that's the only way I can see it. Oh, someone sent me something else too. When was this from? Oh, it's from a couple weeks ago. Damn it. I hate when I don't check the fucking Tumblr. When I don't check my Tumblr account and I end up fucking like missing mail from like weeks earlier, which is my own fucking fault. But what I might do is yeah, I'm still figuring out the merchandising stuff. I feel weird too. I always feel weird when it comes to the merchandising shit. And that mostly has to do with the fact it's not that I feel like I'm unworthy of it or anything like that. It just feels like very odd, very, very odd to get in there and everything. So, yeah, that's a thing. All right. So the Fire Colbert video has actually cost me about 50 subscribers. Eventually, I'll be able to get rid of the diehard non-joke taking Trump supporters. That will take some time. I'm getting there. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. Gender is a social construct and biological sex isn't real. Clearly. Yeah, no, Jeeves, I would totally like it if you bought a Mundane Matt shirt. Now, the question is, do you want the chibi skull or do you want my face on it? Because either one could probably be done. So I'm thinking also for the next stream, which will probably be, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow night. I'll probably do a stream tomorrow night because I won't be on Thursday because I'll be at Guardians of the Galaxy. If I do a stream on Thursday night, it will definitely be a later stream. It'll be a later stream. But I'm thinking about I'm thinking about like breaking up the days. You know what I mean? Like playing video games and shit would be fun. I don't know if you guys want that. It's better than looking at like a blank screen. So can I have the skull and face on the same pillow? Sure. Why not? Phil Mango asks, why is my subscriber base so easily provoked and butthurt in regards to the subscription comment? Okay, so here's essentially what happened. All right, so over the course of the election, I was heavily, heavily, heavily critical of Clinton. Right, I was heavily critical of Clinton, and I took the approach of being a liberal, of not vilifying everything Trump said and not vilifying his supporters. And as a result of that, over the course of the last 6 months, The right has dominated YouTube, has outright dominated YouTube. At least people perceive it to be the right. It's probably a multitude of different groups. So I wouldn't call it necessarily the right, but that's kind of what people are saying. At least Vice is saying it. But there's still a lot of conservatives. A lot of conservatives have got on YouTube, and a lot of conservatives have become very vocal on YouTube. And as a result of that, a lot of like left-leaning content has basically been run the fuck off the platform, or they're just choosing to not post, right? And as a result of that, you get someone like me who was like who was, yes, mean, not mean, but like critical of Hillary Clinton, not as mean to Donald Trump. And then now kind of coming out and criticizing the complete pants on head retarded shit that he does. Like, and I get what he says, like when the media goes after him for like the Andrew Jackson comment, like I get what he's trying to say, but at the same time, it's, clearly he's not read up on this shit. And that's not something I fault him for, but it's like a lot of like the things he hasn't done as a president that require criticism, like the fact that there's 1,000 jobs that he has to put up nominees for, and he hasn't done it. So the government is running at about half, probably like more than like less than half capacity. It's running at this really, 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 we're not running as like a finely tuned machine like we should be. And he's not getting stuff done that he wants because, he's not bringing people to the table. He's not negotiating. He hasn't negotiated anything for legislation in this country. His negotiation tactic, according to the Freedom Caucus, was back me or I'm gonna come after you. So it's like, come on, you can't, that's not a good negotiator tactic. Fear only gets you so far. And fear hasn't worked when it comes to Trump. And as a result of that, he's just finding himself in this position of where nothing is going to get done. And now he's going out there complaining that the job is hard. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You're the fucking leader of the free goddamn world. What do you think it's going to be? Just fucking rainbows and blowjobs all day? I mean, it could if you wanted it to, but then everyone's going to know that you're just back there getting your dick sucked and not actually doing your job as president. And while I don't get on him for some of the comments that he makes, especially about like North Korea and whatever, I get why he says what he says, but there are actual things he has done that or not done that are worthy of the criticism that the other shit's getting in spades. And I feel like the media is partly at fault because they're definitely not going after the right things and they're taking the low hanging fruit. And no, it's not 4D chess from Donald. It's literally a 70-year-old guy who doesn't want to change things and is in the position to change the most things. And that's where there's a high poetic contention. So yeah, that's that. That's what I want to say about that. Rant over in that regard. So yeah, okay, let's see what's going on. Boggsy, you love cheesecake. I love cheesecake too. So, speaking of pillows, do I sleep on my chest, back, or side? I sleep on my side. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Rainbows by the blowjobs. Thank you, Phil. I'm pretty good at ranting. I have lots of experience ranting. Have Devin ads have not, they kind of return. I got an ad on a video today for Call of Duty World at War. So like clearly games coming up to E3 are going to advertise, movies are going to advertise. So that's really good. But that's not going to be enough. But that's what it is right now. Am I sleepy? A little bit. I'm a little sleepy. How did I meet my girlfriend? We met between a mutual friend. Wait, how do I support Antifa? What the fuck are you talking about? Too many fills in the chat. The herd must be thinned. Yeah, the news channels got hit the hardest because of the type of content we watch. Do I wash my balls? Yes, I wash my balls. Who doesn't wash your balls? Have I beat Wildlands? I have not beat Wildlands. I need to. I again, if I play video games tomorrow night on the stream, then I'll probably do either Star Wars Battlefront or Wildlands. Any weird dreams you'd like to share? I don't really remember my dreams, to be honest with you. met between a mutual friend. It's not as kinky as it sounds. All right. Which French candidate do you support? I don't support Marine Le Pen. I don't really support the other guy because I don't know much about him, but I don't support Marine Le Pen. A far right nationalist is not what's going to unite people. And honestly, it's entirely possible that that it's only going to bring about more pain and suffering to the country. But then again, I could be wrong. I don't know. Rick or Morty or F is for family. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me. That's a tough one. It's clearly Rick and Morty. It's clearly Rick and Morty, but F is for family is one of the goddamn funniest fucking things I have ever fucking come across. I love F is for family. I've already watched it a couple times. Oh my God, it's May. Season 2 apparently comes out this month, but there's been like no updates on it. So I don't know what's going on. No, not your problem. She's pretty far right. I've looked into her. She's pretty far right. Maybe not as far right as like the alt right, but she's fucking borderline. So, why should we care about French politics? We really shouldn't. It's just kind of like the reason why people are bringing it up, Persephone, is because of Brexit and because of Trump. Two things in 2016 that were basically like kind of spurred on by right-leaning beliefs. And so French politics going that particular route as well might be a thing. And I'll tell you this though, out of the three countries, UK, or Britain, America, and France, when it comes to the far right policies, Jesus Christ, France probably would. I figured France would be voting to the right in order to lock down their borders and kick out the refugees. And I think Angela Merkel is probably wondering if that's going to happen to her when she's up for re-election, I think like in a year or two. So, let's see. No, you don't have to be pro-right to be pro-Brexit or be right to be pro-Brexit, but a lot of those ideas were very much floated by the right. And there are people on the left that were wanting it as well for different reasons. And those were kind of the people that the day afterward, they were like, oh shit, this really happened. like, oh shit. So, have I played Battlefield 1? Yes. Have I played it lately? No, and that's my fault. France is going to need someone that's going to be tough on their borders. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. But this last guy was a French national, so it wasn't like, it wasn't like a Syrian refugee or whatever. Vote Zardoz, damn straight. Do I follow Steven Crowder? Nope. I don't follow him at all, and I'm not even worried about it. Crowder is not someone I want to spend time paying attention to. That's just me. How's Bryce doing? He's currently at work right now. Doing his thing, doing that Ken Kniff thing. What's my favorite burrito place in SoCal? My favorite place is probably Sombreros. It's a chain, but it's good shit. The problem is not the border as much as kicking out the illegals and criminals. I mean, can't that be said for like pretty much any country? Clearly people want countries to bring in people, you know what I mean? Like to be open in that regard, but we're seeing this real big comeback in terms of nationalism, and that is either really good or really bad. So, look, when Crowder ripped Turley Puff a new one, yeah, I would say that's probably like the last good things he did. Price Almighty, oh Jesus Christ, Jack. what's what's a quote from that movie? It's oh Jesus. I like Bruce Almighty though. Favorite hot dog shop in LA? Well, clearly that's Pink's. I've done the Pink's line a couple times, and I'm not the hot dogs are good, but they're not like wait 3 hours in line on a Friday night good, you know? Even though I think they opened up a Pink's in like Universal City Walk. I never went to it. And I know they opened up a Pink's at a casino in San Diego. I also just never went to it because it was closed when I was there. Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware, Kurnoth, that the nationalism is due to the behavior of the left. I get that. I get that. But bringing in far right behaviors to counter far left is only going to then turn things far right. And it's like swinging the pendulum to either side in order to push those agendas is not going to benefit people. It has to be a centered, moderate approach. That is how you get the most shit done. When you look at both sides as equals, you try to listen to both sides and you open it up and you use democracy. What we're seeing right now are people peddling fear and getting ahead based on that. Look at the YouTubers like Paul Joseph Watson and InfoWars. They peddle fear like it's going out of fucking style. They peddle fear like it's on sale on Black fucking Friday. They peddle that shit so well, and they have become so wealthy as a result of that. I talk about a lot of crap and I do okay for myself, but I don't try to peddle fear. You know, I'm not going to be out there be like, the planes chemtrails are coming to kill you. Like that kind of crap. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a responsibility that I think you have. And these people like Mark Dice, they don't give a fuck about that responsibility. They don't give a fuck about anything other than their own ideological rhetoric. And that's made apparent by what they talk about and how they present it and how they formulate their arguments, because they don't really formulate arguments. They don't really formulate anything other than just backhanded insults. I mean, I would argue maybe Paul Joseph Watson does better than Mark Dice. Absolutely. He at least attempts to formulate it, but at the same time, they're still peddling you fear. But yeah, they also peddle male vitality pills. I'm not at the point yet in my life where I need a pill to make my cock hard. I can just watch some Lexi Bell and be fine. Yeah, the fear is peddled because it makes people come back and makes good money. You're right, Jeeves. That's correct. So Matt is but a humble water purifier merchant. No, no. I am but a humble Ghostbusters mocker. Yeah, what happened to Black Pigeon Speaks, man? Like, I watch his like he used to be a lot more even centered in my opinion. And at least a lot more even in his approach to shit. And lately I feel like he's been getting on that train too. So you figured I was more of a Mia fan than a Lexi fan? I'm not a big Mia Khalifa fan. She's attractive, but like same time it's like her wearing her getting fucked in a hijab is not what I don't care to watch that. I don't care because I just don't care. I don't find it to be like, you know, I don't like watching people have sex if they're wearing socks. I find it distracting. It gets in the way. Her getting fucked while wearing a hijab is a message not meant for me. Sure, I can beat off to it, but it's like at the same time, it's like, why? You know, that doesn't do it. That's not what I care about. So, um, no, we don't need the CIA to involve themselves in shit. They need to stay the fuck out of that crap. The last thing we need is another fucking Bay of Pigs. Granted, I mean, I'm sure we've had many Bay of Pigs since the Bay of Pigs. They just haven't been publicized or as big of a fuck up as the Bay of Pigs. Stockings greater than socks? Yeah, that I will. No, I've seen her in a hijab more than once, man. So, yeah, I would like to see Alex Jones fight Alec Baldwin because Jones was a bodybuilder, so I'm sure he's got some skills. Job fucking is progressive. I'm not against progress, but that's just not what does it. So no, there's nothing. Okay, Nathan, there's nothing wrong with having some nationalism. All right. There's nothing wrong with wanting your country to do well and wanting your country to put its people first over other people's. But I think it should come from the perspective of we cannot take care of other people before we can take care of ourselves. That should be the perspective. But instead it's the, oh, you're against people coming here. Clearly you're a racist. Like, no, clearly I want people in this country to do the work that needs to get done. And like they used to, but now it's like, there's almost, I feel like in this country, there's a point of pride of giving a job to an immigrant. It's like, well, clearly I am too good to pick beans in the field. Oh, fuck that shit. Back in the 60s, my mom wanted a bicycle, right? Or like in the early 70s, my mom wanted a bicycle. So that's like lime green Huffy, which she still has, believe it or not. And she got a job where she was working in the fields picking berries, I think. And those were jobs that like not a lot of people wanted to get, but she did it for the summer, raised up enough money, and bought herself the bike she wanted to get. Like, there's nothing wrong with that kind of labor, but we've attached this kind of like I don't want not xenophobic. Is it jingoistic mindset to it? I think, or against it. That's what it feels like to me. It's like I've literally had to clean up people's fucking cum. You know what I mean? I've cleaned up their piss. I've cleaned up their shit. I've cleaned up their baby shit. I've cleaned up their vomit. I've cleaned up catheters, literally catheters. I've cleaned up pillowcases full of human shit because somebody was too lazy to go to the goddamn bathroom. Do you really think I'm above picking some goddamn plants? I'm not, and neither are most people. But there's like this stigma attached to that thing now. And so I think that if, people say, oh, the immigrants do the jobs that the people don't want to do. It's that Americans don't want to do. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's that the people, what happens is this, and this is true. What you do is you bring in a person to like run a place like that, and like a hiring manager, and then they hire the people that they know, right? Cronyism and nepotism is a gigantic thing, especially in those communities. And that's why it keeps getting filled up, You ever gone to a strip mall and it's like, it's all owned by like maybe a Korean family or a Chaldean family or a Middle Eastern family or whatever. And they all like, there's a grocery store, there's a dry cleaner, there's this, there's this, there's this. They all own the businesses. It's all owned underneath like one banner. And that's part of their family dynamic. And I'm not deriding that. I'm not complaining about that. I'm saying that's their mentality. And it would be the same. It would be the same for white people too. It doesn't matter who you are. But I feel like when you start getting into like the non-diversity hires, it can easily turn into the situation where people use it to fill the ranks with people that they know. And that just, we self-segregate. Let's be fair here. We self-segregate. So there's a lot of that. But it's, again, I don't think people are too lazy to do a job or they'd go out to a field and pick plants. It's just that the way that it's been kind of stigmatized in our culture is that we look at it as being beneath us, which is sad because it's not beneath us. It's truly not beneath us. But the only way for that mentality to go away is for there to be, well, a demand for it and no one to do the demand. But farmers even tell you, if you kick out all the immigrants that have come in, that it's going to set back production for a long time because they're not going to be able to pick and plant and everything, harvest and everything else. So it's a fuck system. It's just a fuck system. And yes, it's fucking impossible to live on minimum wage for some jobs. Christy Winters was a diversity hire. Traps are only gay if the balls touch. Yeah, I can go with that. So, yeah, there's just a lot of shit with that shit. No, Local Legend. I haven't seen that. Well, guys, it's 11:30. I think I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I gotta take off, do a couple more things before going to bed and everything else. So, very much thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight for a bit. We'll definitely do this again tomorrow, probably with a video game. Be a little bit, probably a bit more entertaining to watch. And then, yeah, we're gonna figure out a schedule pretty soon, including like getting other people on to like play and are doing like chats through Discord and shit. So I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Don't forget to turn off that pesky ad block. Talk to you all later. Have a good one. Peace.